Welcome to Kermode Uncut and Happy New Year. 2017 is finally upon us. We've said goodbye to 2016. At the end of the year, I did my list of top and bottom 10 films of the year. Now we're looking ahead to the stuff that's coming up in 2017. I've got the release schedule for films to be released in the UK in 2017. And there's some really amazing stuff. We've already had on New Year's Day the opening of Silence, the Martin Scorsese film, and A Monster Calls, which I really, really liked. Coming up, however, in January, it's a packed month. January the 13th, the opening of both La La Land and Manchester by the Sea. Now, you'll know already that both of these films have already got critics absolutely frothing and they're eagerly awaiting their opening here in the UK. They're both being touted as major awards contenders. Then, looking forward to January the 20th, Natalie Portman looks really good in the trailers for Pablo Larraín's Jackie, in which she plays Jackie Kennedy. And Dev Patel stars in Lion, released on the same day. January also sees the re-release of Goodfellas as part of the Scorsese season that the BFI are doing in conjunction with the release of Silence. And later on in the year, we're going to have Taxi Driver. Also, in January, there's a reissue of Trainspotting, just in time for Trainspotting 2, which is coming on January the 27th. Now, I'm really excited about Trainspotting 2. It reunites the original team: Danny Boyle, screenwriter John Hodge, Ewan Bremner, Ewan McGregor, Johnny Lee Miller and Robert Carlyle back for this belated sequel, which takes inspiration, apparently, from Irving Welsh's writing, but is an entirely new story.
Choose your future.
Call the police.
What shall I say?
Just tell them we're dead.
I've spoken to a couple of people involved in the production. They've all said the same thing, that nobody was more concerned than them that Trainspotting 2, should live up to Trainspotting, and they all seem really happy about it. So I'm really looking forward to Trainspotting 2, which opens here on January the 27th. Also, the end of January, Hacksaw Ridge, the Mel Gibson film, which is kind of rehabilitated Mel Gibson, has been described by some people as the most violent pacifist film ever made, but it's getting absolutely rave reviews. And my favourite Mel Gibson film has always been Apocalypto, and I am assured that Hacksaw Ridge is kind of in the same visceral territory, so really looking forward to that. Worth noting too that also out January the 27th is Sing, the eagerly awaited animation from Garth Jennings. So that's a packed January. Then moving on to February, Tony Erdmann, which was a hit with Sight and Sound critics when they did their Best of the Year poll for 2016. Loads of Sight and Sound critics saw this in 2016, thought it was one of the best films of the year. I'm very excited because it co-stars Sandra Huller, who was a Kermode Award winner years and years ago for her brilliant performance in Requiem, a film I absolutely love. Same month, and James Foley takes the whip hand in 50 Shades Darker, which you never know, might turn out to be good. I quite like James Foley. Also, Alice Lowe helms and stars in Prevenge, about which I hear very, very good things. The big treat of February, however, is Moonlight, a wonderful drama by Barry Jenkins based on the play In Moonlight, Black Boys Look Blue. 3 different actors telling the story of the same character's life. And it's a really wonderful piece. Lots and lots of awards attention. Fabulous reviews when it opened in America. I've had the pleasure of meeting the director. He's a really smart guy. And it's a film that I didn't know anything about before I saw it. I mean, literally, I knew nothing about it at all, and it completely won me over. Moonlight is the thing to look forward to in February.
Who is you, man? I ain't seen you in like a decade. It's not what I expected. Well, what did you expect?
On to March, and highlights include Kristen Stewart starring in Olivier Assayas' Personal Shopper, which got some mixed reviews, but critics I really respect said that she is absolutely fabulous in it, which is no surprise to me because I'm a huge fan of Kristen Stewart. In fact, I have been right back, you'll remember, since the days of Twilight. Also out in March, Terence Davis's new film, A Quiet Passion, about the life of Emily Dickinson. It's so great to see Terence Davis back in such productive form. I mean, Sunset Song was just recently, and I absolutely loved that film. Before that, Deep Blue Sea. I mean, he is at the height of his powers, and anything by Terence Davis is always worth looking out for.
And you, Miss Dickinson, what of you?
What of me, sir?
Will you not kneel and give yourself to God?
No, sir, I will not kneel.
Forward then to March, and we finally see the release of The Handmaiden, Park Chan-wook's adaptation of Sarah Walters' novel Fingersmith, which got very, very good responses when it played in Cannes. The reviews suggested it was really something to look forward to. And of course, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, or Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, whatever they're calling it. Guardians of the Galaxy was a real surprise for me when the first one came out. I think it was the summer of 2014. I expected nothing of it at all. I just thought from the posters it looked like a kind of weird Star Wars ripoff, and I absolutely loved the film, so I'm now really looking forward to Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Then May sees the release of Mindhorn, co-written by and starring Julian Barrett, in what The Guardian calls a funny, farcical nightmare built on a teetering tower of self-aware showbiz failure, which sounds like an absolute recipe for success. Also, that same month, Baywatch. Yeah, but Dwayne Johnson and Zac Efron, so you never know, might be good. Might be.
Welcome to Baywatch.
Then over the summer holidays, in July, Dunkirk, Chris Nolan's eagerly awaited war epic. And in August, the Lego Batman movie. Will Arnett returns as the Caped Crusader who works only in black and occasionally very dark grey.
I heard you blew up the Twitter sphere about my sweet new feature film, the Lego Batman movie. You know, it's kind of like the original Lego movie, only vastly superior because it revolves entirely around me.
On to the autumn, and in October, we finally get Blade Runner 2049. Please let it be good. Please let it be good. Please let it be good. I mean, how can it be anything other than good? Hampton Fancher has co-written the script, one of the originators of the original Blade Runner. And of course, Ryan Gosling is the star, but we do get back Rick Deckard, Harrison Ford, who's in it a certain amount. We're not quite sure how much. I mean, he was able to do it because apparently they didn't need him for the new Star Wars film, which is out in December. Then November, Murder on the Orient Express is back again, directed by and starring Kenneth Branagh as Hercule Poirot, alongside Johnny Depp, Judi Dench, Derek Jacobi, Daisy Ridley, an absolute who's who of stars in a new version of Murder on the Orient Express. And then, when we get to December, Star Wars Episode V111. So those are just the things that we know the placement of in the year at the moment, but also other things which we may see at some point in the near future. You Were Never Really Here, which is Lynn Ramsey back after the whole fiasco with Jane Got a Gun. Lynn Ramsey doesn't make many movies, but every single film she's made so far has been essential viewing, and I'm really looking forward to that. Stars Joaquin Phoenix. Happy End. Why? Well, because it reunites Michael Haneke with Isabelle Huppert, and frankly, that is all I need to know about it. And Killing of a Sacred Deer. We've talked quite a lot about Yorgos Lanthimos here on the blog. He made his first English language film with The Lobster. This stars Colin Farrell, Nicole Kidman, and Alicia Silverstone, apparently. Now, I don't know about you, but that looks to me like a pretty astonishing year in film. Obviously, most of these things I haven't seen yet, but I'm very excited about many of them. Let me know what I've missed out. What are you really looking forward to? What's the thing that has really got your interest peaked for this year? And are your hopes as high for Blade Runner 2049 as mine are?